Chapter 2 of Dungeons and Dumbasses. Dungeons and Dimwits. Advanced Shipping. The wharf smelled of rotting fish and old timber. It was late afternoon, so most sailors were either drunk or looking for an occasion to drink. Some of them were standing by the decrepit bars, flirting with the local whores or playing dice on the ground. Fahir the Mighty smiled at the whores, earning a disapproving glare from his companion, a black-robed halfling known as Grey Mouser. The halfling kicked Fahir in the ankle and walked forward, smacking sailors with a cane. They walked to a large ship moored to the wharf. The caravel had seen better days, but according to the rumors they heard in the port, the captain needed new crewmen. There was, however, one problem. I don't like to be Bolson, Gamark said, emerging from between the barrels, waiting to be loaded onto the ship. And they're going to the Calderon. Great, Fafir the Powerful said. Where is it? In a completely different direction, you insufferable moron, Grey Mouser replied. Why would I think you know? You wrote in your character sheet that this is where you came from. Awesome! I always wanted to visit Island Brunhild, Fafir the Not So Wise said. That's great, but we don't want to go there, Grey Mouser rolled her eyes. Golden coins, remember? He turned back to see the most peculiar pair. An elf archer in a green cloak and leather gloves called a Rayleigh, but otherwise known to the world as Sour Elf, and a pony-riding tiefling bard whose infernal name could not be spoken in bright light, and thus he just used Lemon as her nom de guerre, as well as her nom de plume. Did you kill the bartender? Fafir the Ever-Practical said. Nah, Lemon replied. We tied him up, gagged him, robbed the inn, and told the first patrol of guards we met that the guy had an illegal brothel. Oh, that sounds great. Grey Mouser facepalm. Now the whole town will start looking for you. We need to get on the ship. Don't worry, no one will know it was us, Sarah said. I don't know if you noticed, but an elf and a tiefling walking together and talking about legal brothels are rather distinctive, Grey Mouser muttered. Maybe in the forest you came from it wouldn't be weird, but in here, elves are kept in ghettos, Sour Elf. Shut up, Sugarcoat, Sarah replied, grabbing her bow. We are not going to stay in town for much longer. Exactly, Gamark said. I'm going to bring the captain. He's the one on the wharf. I wonder if he's throwing dice along the wharf. Lemon shrugged. Good morning, Gosling! They heard a voice from the ship. The captain was indeed a one-armed dwarf with a hook for a missing hand. He was slightly taller than Gamark and Grey Mouser. Still, he had to stand on the deck of the ship to look Fafir in the eyes. Those are the new sailors you're talking about. Aye, Captain, Gamark replied. They're a bit green, but look how strong this one is. You'll see, the dwarf looked at Fafir. What's your name, and why do you want to sail under my command? Well, Fafir the Barbarian, son of Onan the Barbarian, Grey Mouser chuckled. Did you think this thing through? What do you mean? Indigo asked. It's like this guy from the book, right? Wrong book, Grey Mouser surprised. Unless you want to say your father was slain by God for... The halfling caught into the barrel, whispered into the barbarian's ears. Ew! Indigo exclaimed. How do you know such things? I'm a cleric. I read holy books. That reminds me, the captain said. Why I need a halfling cleric on my sick? Ballast, Gamark suggested. Your crew may need spiritual advice, Grey Mouser replied. The captain furrowed his eyebrows, looking at the cleric's black robe. What good are you, cleric of? Is this really important right now? Sarah asked. All gods are equal or something. Also, before you ask, elves are great sailors. Have you ever heard of Erendil the Mariner? I don't think the similarity exists in this universe, Grey Mouser replied. Can't hear you over the sound of how awesome my persuasion check was, Sarah replied. Right. The captain scratched his beard and looked at Lemon. What about you? I thought demons were afraid of water. Lemon smirked. I'm but a humble tiefling. But if you allow me to join your crew, you won't regret. She winked down. Is he trying to seduce him again? Fafir the ever-insightful asked. Not really. Grey Mouser replied, trying implies the possibility of failure. Twilight sighed. So, one way or another, you managed to get on the ship. Also, I'm not sure if to present you with any moral choices for a while. Why? Sugarcoat asked. You always choose the least moral option, Twilight replied. What exactly are you planning to do about the ship not going anywhere you wanted to? Seduce everyone, Lemon asked. She's getting more into her character. She brought an acoustic guitar to the session, occasionally strumming a chord or two to add some weight to her words. Well, we were planning on organizing a mutiny, Indigo shrugged. That's any help. Sugarcoat's little plan involved turning the whole crew to undead. That's still our backup plan, Sugarcoat said, in case you somehow manage to stop our first 4 plans. Also, when all you have is necromancy, every problem starts looking like someone who needs to stop breathing. I prefer the version when all you have is a battle axe, every problem starts looking like an orc's head. Indigo turned to say, no offense. None taken, Sari replied. Lemon chuckled. When all you have are tiefling boobs. Don't finish this sentence, or I'll have to explain the resulting mess to my therapist, Starfleet muttered. She brought a bow to the session, which Charlie found far more dangerous. At least she didn't have any arrows. Okay, Lemon said. By the way, I kinda want to name my pony Lyra Heartstrings. Twilight furrowed her brow. You know there's a Lyra Heartstrings in Caroline High? Really? Lemon asked. I just wanted something musical. You may even know her, Twilight said. I mean, Octavia is your neighbor, right? I think they recently started some crazy jazz band together. You mean the girl who plays the piano? Lemon asked. Nah, that'd be Bon Bon. Twilight replied. Lyra plays the piano too, but she usually plays the lyre and other string instruments. Lemon nodded. Ah, this one. We smoked weed in the basement once and she told me some funny fun things about horses. Did you know that horses produce about 10 gallons of saliva a day? I didn't really need that mental image, Indigo muttered. Can we get back to the ship? Yeah, I'm pretty sure heart saliva can wait, Twilight said, looking to her notes. So, you're at sea for 2 days. The arrow hit an apple, almost splitting it in half and nailed it to the mast. Sarah smirked and walked to it, trying to get the arrow out. As it was firmly embedded in the wood, it took a while. I shouldn't be using broadheads for training, Sarah said, looking at the arrowhead and groaning. I need hardened bodkin tips, better for piercing armor too. Good luck, I'll see what the Kamor can do, Kamor replied, looking through his equipment. Now, you have the blunts. Yeah, but they don't get stuck in the mast and I keep losing them, Sarah replied. If you get bodkins made out of really hard steel, it may even penetrate plate armor. Can you stop talking about penetrating with your hard tips? Indigo, alias Fahir, asked. She was cleaning a suit of plate armor, but it was getting covered in salt. The whole situation made her feel very unfarthy. Also, we're supposed to play a mutiny. Sugarcoat is working on it, Lemon replied, though I'm not sure if she's not just teaching everyone to play dragon chess. She better start doing something or we'll have to fight everyone by ourselves, Indigo groaned. By the way, Sunny, do you have those bombs? Who's Sunny? Indigo rolled her eyes. Gamork, do you have the bombs? Gamork is working on them, Gamork replied. Soon, we ain't want to sink the ship tonight. Yeah, Indigo shuddered when a dead seagull fell on deck next to her, pierced by a broadhead. Stop doing that! Aren't elves supposed to be friends of all living things? Yes, unless we need to hunt for food. Sarah walked to the seagull and sniffed it. Besides, those fuckers piss me off. When will we leave the coast so they get lost? We're just cruising along the coast to avoid giant squids, I guess, Lemon shrugged. No, there's always a possibility we hit a rock. I prefer giant squids, Indigo looked at her sword. You can't reason with rocks. And by reason, you mean stab them full of holes? Sarah asked. I like this. On a side note, I'm a bard and I haven't sung any song yet. Lemon said, how about you are a pirate? Sarah briefly aimed a bow at her to put it down. You better look for Sugarcoat. Excuse me. Sugarcoat, also known as Grey Mouser, watched the 2 sailors busy with cleaning the deck. Can you spare a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Tharizdun? Look it off, one of the sailors replied. Everyone says that, but when your death is near, you're all looking for God's help, Sugarcoat replied. Tharizdun can make you immortal. Isn't he slightly insane? The soldiers of the sailors asked. That's lies and slander, Sugarcoat replied. The sailor's life is often dangerous. Where will you go if you need advice or spiritual help? We have vodka. You do, Sugarcoat smirked. Will you help a poor cleric in need? Sour walked through the shadows, sneaking past the sailors without a noise. Her half-elf ears casting the slightest noises. She didn't like what she heard. Cursing under her breath, she burst into the mess. No sailor noticed her. She could be pretty stealthy when she wanted, though it also made it easier by the fact that everyone was drunk. In the middle of the whole party, there was a slurring halfling in a disheveled black robe. Hello, Sour Elf! Sugarcup exclaimed, raising a plate of rub. She spoke in an overly clear way, like someone trying hard not to devolve an incoherent batter. I just got like 2 new followers. That means we're officially recognized for religious minority on the ship, and we can get an altar, and they know we're playing a mutiny. But I didn't tell them about the coins. They didn't think we're going to find the gems at Sarazun. Sarah groaned. By the holy plains of Sol Northrenda, what did you tell them, you idiot? Someone will tell the captain. I failed all the rolls, Sugarcoat replied. Who knew hobbits were such sideways? You're a fucking halfling, not a hobbit! Sarah yelled. Or rather, you're an ex-halfling. Well, I'll be dead to keelhaul us! One of the sailors chuckled. What else? You have interesting vocabulary. Sarah grabbed her bow. Oh, shut up, she exclaimed. Next person to speak will be shot. Sour, chill out, Sugarcoat stood on the table. There's no need to. She was really interrupted by an arrow hitting a ball of rum she was holding. Oh, come on! She raised her hands, trying to cast a firebolt, but the spell failed horribly. All it did was making the air around her a bit hotter. She tried again, but one of the sailors grabbed a chair hair and knocked her out. Damn drunk halfling, he muttered. I'll kneel to the near tool. Can I cast a sting overboard? I don't mind, Sarah replied. Another sailor stood up. Actually, we should hang him from the yardarm. I don't mind that either, Sarah stride. One sailor stood up, grabbing Sugarcoat and carrying her out the mess. The group was just approaching the nearest mast when Indigo and Lemon stood in front of them. Hey, what's going on here? Indigo asked. We're going to hang a halfling, a sailor replied. Lie. Mutiny. Casting talk logic. This is propaganda and being a drunken twat, Sarah said in a British tone. Mutiny? Indigo asked. But we were supposed to. Shut up or we'll be next, Sarah whispered. Don't worry, it's all part of my plan. Lemon looked to the sailors, who were just wondering how much rope they should use. What's the plan? Kill Sugarcoat, make her get a new character, and then I'll think of something, Sarah replied. What does Sugarcoat think about this plan? Indigo looked at her sword and started counting the sailors. Not much. She's unconscious, Sarah smirked. That's the beauty of it. The sailors were about to start tying the rope to the yardarm when someone blew a horn, causing them to stop, covered their ears, and looked to find the source of the noise. It turned out to be Gamork, who stood by the helm. Gamork, what's the captain? He said. Right on time, the captain said, furrowing his eyebrows. As far as I know, I'm the captain of the ship. No one's getting hang on this ship without my knowledge. What did the halfling do? Great Mouser didn't want a mutiny, Indigo exclaimed. He's always getting dumb ideas when drunk. It's a halfling, after all. Yeah, he did want to cast some spell, another sailor shrugged. Maybe burn the ship down. Also, a cleric turned me into a noodle once. You got better? Clearly, the sailor replied. So, does anyone know how to hang a halfling? Slowly, Sarah said. They're too light to die immediately. Sugarcoat opened her eyes, rubbing her head. You're supposed to be my friends, she groaned. You'll ask philosophical questions to Therazon when you meet him, Sarah smirked, grabbing a rope. Oh, come on, Sugarcoat exclaimed. You're going to hang me because of some failed rolls? Oh, come on. If I were to kill my friends as characters every time they had bad rolls, my sorcerer would be on his 5th character by now. Well, technically, you went drinking with the sailors on your own, Toilette replied. This seemed like a good idea at the time, Sugarcoat shrugged and turned to Sour. Also, why do you even insist on hanging me? Sarah looked to her character sheet. When I was a young elf, I got thrown into the mud by 3 halflings in a coat who pretended to be one guy. Since then, I hate them. That was 100 years ago, Indigo said. Also, my character hates clerics of Therazone. Drunks, seawater, sand, and sugarcoat. Sarah shrugged. I hope her new character is an elf. Twilight smirked. You might want to wait for that. As the crew is about to hang the hapless halfling, the lookouts in the crow's nest start to scream. They spot black sails on the horizon. A random encounter! Indigo screamed. Deus Ex Machina? Sarah Sweet looked at Sugarcoat. Therazona Ex Machina, more like. Sugarcoat shrugged. Untie me! I'm a drug necromancer out for blood! Lemon hit the strings of her guitar. Do what you want because a pirate is free, sang Smoke. Go look as a crossbow and a gunpowder battle! The swift carrack quickly caught up with the battered caravel. The pirates were getting closer. Some of them were already weaving cutlasses and preparing hooks to board the ship. Sir Elf! Indigo exclaimed. What do your elf eyes see? Old memes. Sarah raised her bow and shot. The arrow went through some unfortunate pirate's throat and pinned into the mast. 1. Now you just do enough, Indigo muttered. Gomork has an idea, Gomork said. Just don't light the pirate ship on fire. Why? Lemon asked. I was going to try if my fire tornado works. Not when the Twilight is the DM, Sugarcoat said. The sailors untied her, letting sit on the yardarm, for which she could fire spells at incoming pirates. Also, bring it. I feel like doing some casting under the influence. Let's aim carefully, Sarah said, or I'll pop an arrow with your hairy feet. Sugarcoat responded with just a little middle finger salute. Below her, the sailors grabbed knives and cutlasses, ready to meet the boarding party. Most of them, however, decided to stay away from Indigo. Either intimidated by the huge barbarian, or realizing that the words collateral damage didn't exist in the dictionary of someone who used a Zweinheimer one-handed. Sarah fired another arrow, causing a pirate look at the fall out of the crow's nest and hit the deck with a nasty sound of breaking bones. 2. Indigo groaned. Can they board a bit faster? Her wish quickly came true. The pirate ship approached the starboard, first pirates throwing hooks to tie both ships together. As Indigo noticed, the boarding party consisted mostly of orcs, although to her surprise, he saw a one-eyed halfling among them. The orcs jumped the deck. The first one got hit with an arrow and dropped back to sea, but 2 of his companions rushed towards Indigo, swung her sword, beheading one of the pirates. Another one managed to parry the first blow. Another one rang against the old armor he was wearing, knocking the wind out of his lungs. Indigo let out a powerful scream and stabbed the pirate, crushing the armor, piercing their chest. Nice! Sugarcoat exclaimed, hiccuping. Inflict wounds? Nothing happened. Sugarcoat furrowed her eyebrows. Oh, I hate doing this. She jumped from the yardarm, landing on some pirate's head. This time the spell worked. The pirate's skin started to rot and he screamed, trying to shake her off. Doing well? Indigo asked, cutting down a pirate with a sword. 6! How are you doing, Sour? 17! Sour exclaimed, stabbing a pirate with a dagger. 18! What? Indigo yelled, You lucky motherfucking weasel. She dodged the pirate and hit him in the crotch with her sword, causing him to scream and fall down. Busted! Lol. Utterly! Gamark exclaimed, pushing some cigarettes out of the way. Indigo jumped back, right in time to see the half-orc hurl a barrel at the incoming pirates. I played enough video games to know where this is going, Indigo muttered, covering her ears. The barrel exploded, tossing the pirates as well as some sailors overboard. When Indigo opened her eyes, she saw just one pirate, desperately trying to shake Sugarcoat off his back. Woohoo! Gamark exclaimed. Gamark blew them all! Sour Sweet winced. Don't say that again, please. Impressive, Lemon nodded. What do we do now? Board the ship, Sugarcoat exclaimed. We're already on board, Indigo replied. Not this ship. Sugarcoat punched the pirate again, trying to get her to walk towards the railing. The pirate ship! Why? Indigo asked. To take it for ourselves, you idiot. Sugarcoat jumped off the pirate's back. Someone throw me on deck! Sarah ran to her and kicked her, sending her across the gap between the two ships. Sugarcoat rolled on deck, landing in front of the pirates to stay on their ship in case the first boarding party failed. Excuse me, she said. Do you have a minute to talk about our Lord and Savior Tharizdun? The pirates looked at each other. Most of them were experienced sailors, But halflings landing on their ship to preach about the chained god wasn't something that happened every day. Their surprise wasn't long. One of them dropped to the ground with an arrow in his forehead, while the other got thrown by a thrown sword, big enough to have its own postal code. Geronimo! Sarsway exclaimed, jumping onto the pirate ship with a front load. Leroy Jenkins! Indigo dropped on the deck with a terrifying sound of wooden boards cracking under the weight of the plate armor. She yanked her sword out of the dread pirate's body and swung it, nearly cutting off Sarah's head. Bullseye! Lemon jumped on the deck, pushing one of the pirates into the sea. Pulling those lighter heartstrings followed her with a loud whinny, kicking nearby enemies. Everyone looked at Gamork, who was still on deck of the merchant ship, carrying a backpack full of things that couldn't possibly fit in, yet somehow they did, including several gunpowder barrels. Jump! Indigo exclaimed. Ugh! Gamork shrugged. Yes, foot! With these words, he jumped, barely reaching the pirate ship for a moment. The half-orc was balancing on the edge of the deck until Lemon pulled him forward. It was quickly realized the tables had turned. They produced a variety of weapons, from ancient crossbows to cutlasses and battle axes. This was, however, not enough for Indigo, who charged down with great enthusiasm, yelling curses and swinging her sword around. Watch out! Lemon exclaimed when Indigo nearly hit her. Trying to do some healing here. Sorry! Indigo shouted. This is not a close quarters weapon, you know. You should name it collateral damage, Lemon muttered, facing the pirates. Stand back, or I shall taunt you, you scurvy dogs. I have something more effective. Saraswee kicked one of the pirates and shot another. She then jumped onto the yardarm, grabbing more arrows from the quiver. Below her, Indigo had problems. She managed to kill most of the pirates around her, but suddenly her sword hit something hard, nearly bouncing back into her face. Indigo furrowed her eyebrows, looking for the unseen enemy. Suddenly, someone kicked her in the shin. When she looked down, no one was there. Indigo! Behind you! Zuriko exclaimed. Indigo looked back and saw a halfling with an eye patch and a short sword. She remembers he was one of the few pirates from the boarding party that survived the massacre on the merchant ship. Bonjour! The halfling said, saluting him with his sword. What the actual fuck? Indigo asked. The question, however, didn't bother her barbarian mind for too long. She raised her sword and was as big as her opponent slashed down, cut the air and hit the boards on the deck with a loud thud. Indigo got another kick in the shins for her trouble, spun around with a large scream. You little hurt! Indigo darted back when the halfling dodged her attack and stabbed her a foot. Shower! Shoot the son of a bitch before he kills us all! I can't! Sarah replied, when the halfling dodged 3 arrows from every succession. She jumped up the yard, grabbing a dagger. I hate halflings! She exclaimed, stabbing the air. The halfling pirate was already somewhere else, running her thigh through a sword. She screamed and dropped to the deck. Someone do something! Zuko exclaimed. I'm still drunk, and I can't cast Magic Missile! Lemon shrugged. Can I seduce him? Don't even try. Indigo flailed the sword wildly, trying to pin the halfling to the ground. All she achieved was smacking Sour in the back of the head, knocking her down. Fire tornado? Lemon thought for a moment. A little voice in my head that sounds exactly like Twilight tells me I can't use it. Well, I'm a fist's mockery. Do whatever works! Gamork exclaimed. Gamork will blow the whole ship up just to get rid of him! Okay. Lemon licked her lips and looked at the halfling, who stood in front of them and smirked. Come and fight like a real man, you son of a Margle and a sympathetic orc whore. What kind of knight are you if you can't slay a hedgehog with your naked arse? I'm fighting you general direction, you! She paused to take a breath. Katamaya Tatari? Zirkio prompted. Hangman Carmiettes? Katamine, I found it overrated. Lemon shrugged. The halfling always smirked and saluted Lemon with his middle finger. I get the feeling the dice wants us dead, Indigo muttered. Wait, isn't he a halfling? Can I just grab him and cast the fucker overboard? Maybe we distract him long enough, Lemon replied, tripping over Sour Sweet. I should also heal Sour. Combine the two, or something! Lemon looked at Sugarcute and was starting to smirk a door in her face. She then leaned over to Sour and kissed her, prompting a quiet gasp from Twilight, who quickly rolled the dice. You've distracted the halfling, Twilight said. She looked at Indigo. What are you doing? There was no response. Twilight sighed. It seems you also distracted Indigo. You could stop kissing now, Sunny said. I'm pretty sure Shower is already healed. Although if you're interested, I'm pretty sure Gamork needs healing too. She looked at Lemon and Sour finally brought the kiss. I'll be in the toilet. I need to, brush my teeth. Do you happen to have an electric toothbrush? Sugarcoat asked. Sorry, further eyebrows. None of your business. Twilight cleared her throat. Ahem. I guess we got all distracted by this unusual display of, healing. Indigo, what do you want to do to the halfling? I kick him in his sorry ass, Indigo replied. Twilight rolled her dice. He survived, but you managed to punt him all the way to the merchant ship. He landed on deck and got attacked by sailors. They really are after hobbits, aren't they? Sugarcoat shrugged. I mean, he's still at the rope. Halflings, Sarah muttered. Who gives a shit? Sugarcoat replied. Let's cut the ropes and steal this ship. Good more glass at him, Sarah exclaimed. Yarg! Come on, you scary dogs. We're coming for your booty! Can we not turn into vampire again? Indigo asked. Twilight shook her head. You successfully steal this pirate ship, leaving your former crewman stunned and dumbfounded. However, you're kind of drifting erratically as there's just 5 of you. None of them have any sailing experience, and... Are the bodies of the pirate still on the ship? Sugarcoat asked. Yes, but... Okay, Sugarcoat smiled. Let's see if we can do it with a skeleton crew. Hey, necromancer's got a necromance.